Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Hope you enjoyed that sunshine while we had it. Here's a live look at exact track 4D radar as rain showers and thunderstorms are moving into Metro Detroit on this Friday. The weather tops our news at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ty Steele.
And I'm Kimberly Gill. Let's get right over to forewarned meteorologist Ron Hilliard and for Ken Adams tonight. Ron, what's the updated timetable here?
Kimberly and Ty, those showers and thunderstorms are developing right now as we speak here in Metro Detroit. We will have the chance of these going through the evening hours, and then later on tonight things calm down. But right now I want to show you all the activity that is sort of surrounding the core of Metro Detroit to the northern side of southeast Michigan and the southern side of southeast Michigan. We are getting these storms firing up. So I want to show you what's happening in Lenawee County and Monroe County. These storms are moving northward. As you go along the I-69 corridor, these are moving more so due east. Now these have been very slow moving as you go along the I-69 corridor. I want to show you as we look a little bit closer that these right now are primarily bringing that heavy rainfall as you go over toward Lapeer, Imlay City, Metamora. We also have some of these extending into St. Clair County as well as Satellite County. And because these have been moving so slowly, we do have a flood advisory that stretches from Genesee County into Lapeer County and St. Clair County right along I-69. That's for the potential of flooding happening right now. I'll have more on this situation coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you very much, Ron. A Detroit City Council member's re-election campaign hit a major hurdle this week.
City Council member Gabriela Santiago Romero says she was wrongly disqualified from the August primary ballot. Now she's suing Detroit City Clerk Janice Winfrey. Will Jones is live with what led to this disqualification.
Kimberly and Ty, all boils down to an unpaid late filing fee with the Wayne County Clerk's Office that the Santiago Romero campaign says was wrongly applied, but that led the Detroit City Clerk to disqualify her from the ballot.
I'm ready to fight because I have been left with no choice. I'm moving forward because I believe the facts are on our side. I am currently living a candidate's worst nightmare.
Detroit City Councilmember Gabriela Santiago Romero filing a lawsuit against Detroit City Clerk Janice Winfrey and the City of Detroit Election Commission, claiming she was wrongly disqualified from the August primary ballot. She argues this was due to a clerical error by the Wayne County Clerk's Office, which imposed a $250 late filing fee last year for a quarterly campaign finance report that the campaign says was filed on time.
We submitted our campaign finance report on October 25th, 2024, and we have the receipts from the county clerk to prove it.
Due to the unpaid late fee, Santiago Romero says the Detroit City Clerk's Office notified her this week that she had been disqualified from the ballot.
It is a shame that we have to fight to remain on the ballots because the county has failed.
Surrounded by her supporters at Clark Park, Santiago Romero says she will still continue her re-election campaign in District 6 if the lawsuit doesn't go in her favor.
We're still running, and I'm going to need everyone's help to make sure that we run a strong write-in people's campaign. We can do hard things. We can run a successful people's campaign no matter how long my name is. But it shouldn't have to come to that.
The Wayne County Clerk's Office refused to comment due to potential litigation. The Detroit City Clerk's Office hasn't responded for our request for comment. We're live in News Center. Will Jones, Local 4.
Okay, Will, keep us posted. Thank you.
New at 5, Dearborn Heights police need your help. They're trying to find a missing 13-year-old girl. Tamaya Jones reportedly ran away from Vista Maria on Tuesday. Police say the girl was recently transferred to Vista Maria from another facility and ran away before the intake process was complete. She was last seen wearing khaki skinny jeans, a tan top, and a red hairpiece. Anyone with information about this teen should call the Dearborn Heights Police Department. The latest missing case that came out of Dearborn Heights facility is 16-year-old who ran away from that facility on March 14th. That teen was found in a man's Dearborn Heights apartment on Wednesday. Police say the 62-year-old is in custody, and they are submitting the case to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office for charges. The 16-year-old is safe and is now in the custody of Child Protective Services.
An Oakland County doctor is one step closer to trial, accused of sexually abusing a 6-year-old child. 40-year-old Omeaj was found bound over to circuit court today. He's accused of recording himself inappropriately touching the child between 2023 and 2024. Jays is also under investigation for secretly recording his patients for years. Investigators say they uncovered more than 13,000 videos in his possession. He's facing numerous charges and 2 class action lawsuits.
The trial of the former Grand Rapids police officer charged in the death of Patrick Lyoya begins on Monday. Christopher Sher faces second-degree murder in the death of the 26-year-old back in 2022. This week, 14 jurors, including 2 alternates, were seated for the trial. The jury includes 4 men and 10 women. Sher faces life in prison. And we'll be streaming the trial live as it happens on Local 4 Plus and our website, clickondetroit.com. Coverage starts Monday morning at 9 o'clock. A firefighter is expected to be okay after being taken to the hospital for breathing in smoke battling a Macomb County fire. It happened Tuesday at an industrial facility on 12 Mile Road in Roseville. More than a dozen departments worked together to extinguish this giant fire. Officials are investigating whether or not there was an explosion, but does expect more information to come out in a few weeks.
A live look now at the Vatican, with it just a day to go before Pope Francis's funeral. Today marks the final hours for mourners to come pay their respects to the pontiff at St. Peter's Basilica. As NBC's Alice Barr shows us, dignitaries and world leaders are making their way to the Vatican, including President Trump and former President Biden.
After 3 days of public viewing,
he wanted us to love one another, and he represented that by showing love.
And private mourning for Pope Francis, including a French nun who broke protocol by approaching her friend, the Pope, in his open casket to say goodbye, like some 250,000 others.
Yeah, I prayed for him and his soul.
Tonight, the veil drops, his coffin sealed in an ancient rite before his funeral on Saturday, when Rome officials expect roughly 500,000 people to pack in and around St. Peter's Square. Among them, Renato Yontop Calosi, who had his moment today in the Pope's presence.
Mourning, loss, grief, but also proud because of the work he did.
We first met Renato as a student at Georgetown University. Now studying in Geneva, he made the trip to pray for the Pope and to thank him for engaging in the here and now.
Bringing the people and the church together to help the religion, it overlaps with the environment, with the care for our common home. It overlaps with people.
That as 50 heads of state, including President Trump, fly in for the funeral. Security ramping up for their arrival and for the Pope's procession through Rome. From the funeral to his burial at Santa Maria Maggiore. Outside Vatican walls, a first for a Pope in 120 years.
He wanted to be different, and it's a good message of Jesus Christ, like to be humble, and I really love that.
The Vatican releasing this image of the tomb inscribed simply with the word Franciscus, as the faithful mourn and celebrate the people's Pope.
Alice Barr, Local 4.
And if you'd like to watch tomorrow's funeral for Pope Francis, we'll carry it in its entirety live on Local 4 and Local 4 Plus beginning at 4 a.m. All right, still on the clock, a live look at Ford Field tonight as the Lions prepare for day 2 of the 2025 NFL Draft. Meanwhile, in Allen Park today, the Lions introduced one of their newest additions to the team.
All right, let's bring in Hobie. He's not going to have to travel far to come here.
Not at all, especially with where he played in college. A little bit of a rivalry right there. Well, the Lions decided to add on defense in the first round for the second straight year. Last year, it was the secondary. This year, it was all about shoring up that defensive line. The Lions staying put at number 28, selecting Tyleik Williams, introducing the defensive tackle in Allen Park today. Williams was an anchor for the Ohio State defensive line that won the national championship last season, with 18 tackles for a loss in the last 2 years. It is a change for him, though, from playing against Michigan every year to now crossing the border up north as a pro.
It's definitely crazy, I've learned, hate, this state for the last 4 years. So, but getting drafted here, I'm just happy. I can put all that behind me. Of course, I'm still team up north. I'm still not gonna say it, but I'm just happy I'm here. Great opportunity to go help a team and just go win. It's really all I'm looking for.
And now that he's here in the NFL, it's all love for him. We'll go one-on-one with Tyleek coming up a little bit later at 5:30. Get to know him a little bit more and what makes him a Detroit Lion, because Brad Holmes said he fits this franchise like a glove.
Oh, that's perfect.
What makes him a fit? We'll ask him that coming up a little bit later.
Very important for the fabric of this team.
Absolutely, and that's how it has been every single draft under Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll see you in a bit, Hobie. Thank you.